Hi everyone, and welcome to this guided meditation with me, Espen Haugen, reading from the Abraham-Hicks Books. It's very good to expand on those words from Abraham. Feels always good. And much clarification, much good energy just coming through, and to understand the whole process of becoming more as we are meant to live. Not becoming less, but becoming more, because that's why we're here. And that's why we have all of those desires. It's something inspiring inside of us, the natural telling us that we have some desire for something. We want to do something. We want to be and do and have everything that feels good to us. It's the true nature of all of us. It's the true nature in every human being that we want to feel good and that we want to be happy and we want to do things that feels good to us. To follow our bliss, we want to have things that feels good. So it's the nature of all of us to feel that, because that's why we're here, to be, do, and have anything and everything we desire for. So let's expand from these books. So I'm just gonna read quickly. So hello everyone. Hi Shanella. Hi Jen, and hi Scott. So hi everyone. So first I will read from Money and the Law of Attraction. So good. And it's from the page 80. So let's move on. Living abundantly is not magic. Abraham. As we explained from our perspective, the abundant nature of your universe and the potential for abundance that is always available to you, we understand that our knowledge does not become your knowledge only because you have read our words. If we were to ask you to trust what we say or to just try to understand, you cannot just adopt our understanding as your own. For this, only your own life experience that brings knowledge to you. The beliefs that you hold as a result of your own experience are very strong, and we understand that you cannot release them immediately and replace them with others. Even though we know there are many more productive beliefs that you could foster, but there is something that you can begin today that will make a profound difference in the way your life unfolds, that does not require an immediate releasing of the beliefs that you currently hold. Start telling a more positive, better feeling story about your life and the things that are important to you. Do not write your story like a factual documentary, braving all the pros and cons of your experience, but instead tell the uplifting, fanciful, magical story of the wonder of your own life and watch what happens. It will feel like magic as your life begins to transform right before your eyes. But it is not by magic, it is by the power of the laws of the universe and your deliberate alignment with those laws. So good. So let's move on to the next one. You have some expansion, you just can bring it up. There's something that you feel for sharing. Exactly, living abundantly is not magic, it's natural. So good. This is from the book, The Law of Attraction, the basics of the teaching of Abraham, Espen Haugen Hicks. And moving on to the next one. And this is from the page 155. It's the magical process of segment intending. So the magical process of segment intending. It's better. Yeah. The magical process of segment intending. Jerry, Abraham, my feeling is that the combination of the ingredients of the law of attraction, the science of deliberate creation, and the art of allowing, and then added to that, this next one, the segment intending process, seems to comprise the total recipe for making these things happen in general. Would you speak to us about the segment intending process, Abraham? Once you understand that you are the creator of your experience, then you will want to identify more clearly what you desire so that you may allow it into your experience. Because until you have stopped to identify what you really want, there is not a possibility of deliberate creation. You do not want the same things in every segment of your life experience. In fact, in every day, there are many segments that carry many different intentions. And so, the point of this segment intending essay is to help you understand the value of stopping many times during your day to identify what is you want most so that you may add emphasis and therefore power unto that emphasis. Yeah. So there is a very little that you are actually living in this day that is a result of only what you are thinking in this day. But whenever you are stopping segment by segment and identifying what it is you want in this segment, you are setting forth thoughts that begin to prepare your future experience whenever you are entering segments that are similar. In other words, let us say that you are getting into your vegetable and you are alone, so intending communication with someone else or clarity of listening to what another is saying is not a very important intention, but intending safety and smooth flowing traffic and arriving refreshed and on time are intentions that are very well placed in this segment as you are tra- traversing from one place to another. The identification of your intention as you are entering this segment of driving not only affects this segment, but it set forth a preparing into your future so that at future times when you are getting into your vegetable, you will have, in fact, prepaid or created circumstances and events that will be to your liking. It is possible that in the beginning, even though you are identifying segment by segment what you want, there will still be some momentum from past thoughts that you have set forth. But in time, as you are setting forth segment by segment what you want, you will have prepared the path before you that is very much to your liking. And then you will not have to act so much action in the moment to get things to be the way you want them. I can segment intend my success. Technically, all of your creative power is in this moment, but you are projecting it not only in this moment, but also into the future that exists for you. And so, the more you're willing to stop and identify what you want in this segment, then the greater, clearer, and more magnificent your future path will be. And each of your moments will be better and better and better also. The purpose of the essays is to offer to those who want it a practical process with which to put into immediate practice the primary laws of the universe in order to give you absolute and deliberate control of your life experience. And while to some, this may seem to be a very broad overstatement, for it seems to most that you cannot control the experience of your life. We want you to know that you can. We have come forth to assist those of you who are here, now focused in physical bodies, to understand specifically how you attract everything you are attracting, and to assist you in understanding that nothing comes to you unless you invite it through your thought. That once you begin looking into your life experience and begin to see the absolute correlation between what you are speaking, what you are thinking, and what you are getting, then you will clearly understand that indeed you are the inviter, you are the attractor, and you are the creator of your physical experience. The best times are the best of times. You're living in a wonderful time, in a highly technological advanced society where you have access to stimulation of thought from all around your world. Your access to that information is of great benefit, for it provides you with the opportunity for expansion, but it can also be a source of immense confusions. Your ability to focus upon a narrower subject brings forth more clarity, while your ability to focus upon many things at once more often brings confusion. You're receptive beings, your thought process are very fast, and as you are considering only one subject, you have the ability, by the power of the law of attraction, to bring forth more and more clarity upon the subject until you can literally accomplish anything regarding it. But because of the availability in your society of so much stimulation of thought, very few of you remain focused upon any one subject long enough to take it forward very far. Most of you find yourselves so distracted that you do not have an opportunity to develop any one thought to any great degree. I will read this one too. So good information here to expand on. So the purpose and the value of segment intending. Yeah, some messages. The purpose and value of segment intending. And so, segment intending is the process of deliberate identification of what is specifically wanted for this moment in time. It is done with the intent of bringing forth from all of confusion of what is considered to be your total life experience, your awareness of what you most want in this particular moment. And as you take a moment to identify what that intention is, you bring forth tremendous power from the universe, and all of it is funneled into this very specific moment in which you now stand. Think of your thoughts as magnetic. Indeed, everything within your universe is magnetic drawn onto that which is like unto itself. And so, whenever you are contemplating or focusing upon even a small negative thought, by the power of the law of attraction, it will grow larger. If you're feeling particularly disappointed or sad, you will find yourself attracting others who are not feeling much different. For the way you feel is your point of attraction. And so, if you are unhappy, you will attract more of that which makes you unhappy. Wherever, whereas if you feel good, you will attract more that you consider to be good. Since you attract or invite into your experience the others with whom you interact, the people who surround you in traffic, the people you rendezvous with while shopping, the people you meet while you're walking, the subject that people discuss with you, the way you have traveled, the way you have treated by your waiter at the restaurant, the waiter assigns to you at the restaurant, the money that flows into your experience, the way your physical body looks and feels, the people you date. This could go on to include everything in your experience. It is of value to understand the power of your now moment in time. The point of the segment intending process is to clearly direct your thoughts to those things that you want to experience by identifying the elements of life that are most important to you in these particular segments of your life. When you say to you that you are the creator of your experience and there is nothing in your experience that you have not invited, sometimes we are met with resistance. The resistance comes because many of you have things in your life that you do not want. And so you say, I would have I would not have created this thing that I do not want. We agree you would not have done it on purpose, but we will not agree that you have not done it, for it is through your fault, and only through and by your fault, that you are getting the things that you are getting. But until you are ready to accept that you are the creator of your experience, then there is not much that will be offered here that will be of value to you. The law of attraction affects you whether you are consciously aware of it or not, and segment intending will help you be more aware of the power of your thoughts, because the more you deliberate apply it, the more the details of your life will reflect your deliberate intent. So good. You can see clearly now. And yeah, so I will read from this book, From Ask and It is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires. It's from the chapter 15, from 77. So good. So good. You are a perfect yet expanding being in a perfect yet expanding world, in a perfect yet expanding universe. It is important that you know these things. You are a physical extension of source energy. The physical world you live in provides a perfect environment in which to create. The variety that exists helps you focus your own personal desires or preferences. When a desire is focused within, the summoning of creative life force immediately begins to flow toward your desire, and the universe expands, and that is good. Your conscious realization of the creative process is not necessary in order for it to continue. The leading edge environment that you are physically focused in will continue to stimulate new desires in all who participate. Every desire or preferences, no matter how large or small it may seem to you, is understood and answered by all that is. As every desire from every perceiver is answered, the universe expands. As the universe expands, the variety expands. As the variety expands, your experience expands. As your experience expands, your desire expands. As your desire expands, the answering of your desire expands. And the universe expands. And that is good. In fact, it is perfect. You live in a eternally expanding environment, which constantly causes newly focused desires within you, which soars immediately and always answers. With each receiving of that which you are asking for, you achieve a new vantage point from which you spontaneously ask again. And so, the expansion of the universe and your personal expansion will always be as follows. You live in an expanding universe. You live in an expanding physical world. You are an expanding being. And all of that is, whether you consciously understand it or not. This universe is eternally expanding, and so are you. And that is good. Consciously participate in your own delicious expansion. We eagerly offer our perspective to you for one reason only, so that you may consciously participate in your own delicious expansion. Your expansion is a given. The expansion of your time-space reality is a given, and the expansion of this universe is a given. It is just ever so much more satisfying for you to consciously and deliberately participate in your own expansion. So, thank you so much, everyone who's been here, participating here. Follow your own gut feeling. Segment by segment, we can deliberate it in the way we want it, and to feel it and to experience all is well, all is good. We are an expansion of all of who we are. There is newness in every moment. Everything is for us. All is perfect. And the unconditional love and unconditional appreciation from within is always available from focusing to be in that vibration constantly, more and more and more. So love you guys so much, and see you tomorrow. Namaste.